I did spend $5 for lunch, though. $5. Very fancy. Jury duty. I recommend it to all of you. 201-209-9368 is the phone number here on the best show in WFMU. FMU, you're on the air.
My condolences about that. That sounds like one heck of a bad day. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It was interesting. You know, it was, look, if I could have not done it, I definitely would have not done it.
Right.
But I had to do it, so I did it, and it's kind of the way it works. And
kind of your duty, I guess, you know? I mean,
it is, exactly.
Call it jury duty, I guess.
Yeah, there was a point where a judge stood up in the front of the room and said something to the effect that this judge came down to swear us all in at one time, kind of like a Reverend Sun Young Moon
right.
Wedding. And he was like, you're all wearing invisible robes. You're all wearing invisible black robes. You are all
Wait, invisible
judges.
Black robes?
That's a good point, actually. Yes. How can the robes be invisible and black?
I don't know. That's really... Yeah. He actually said that, though.
He said, you're all wearing invisible black robes. You are all judges today, judges of the facts.
You know who you sound like right now? You sound like the guy from the Anna Nicole case. The guy that was like the showboater.
Oh, the judge?
Yeah.
Maybe they're all like that.
They might be. I think they all want their own TV shows.
I'm sure they all do.
Yeah.
So how are you doing tonight?
Good. You know what you need to do to sort of get yourself out of this jury duty funk?
What's that?
You need to cue up a little something from Hampton Roads, July 1675, maybe?
What's that?
Hampton Roads, July 17th.
What is Hampton Roads?
Dead. What do you think it is?
The Dead?
Yeah.
The Grateful Dead?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not much of a Dead fan. Are you familiar with the show?
Yeah. Well, how about something from Blues for Allah?
I don't play a whole lot of Grateful Dead on the show. You might want to listen for a few weeks and kind of get the feel for how we do the show. And that, you know...
Oh, I've heard it. Well, I would settle for Me Without You by Bobby and the Midnights.
I'm not really going to play any side projects either, no.
Okay, well, thanks anyway. I hope you have a good night.
Well, thanks for calling, buddy.
Sure.
What's your name?
Bryce.
Bryce.
Yeah.
Because there's a Bryce who calls and talks about the Grateful Dead also.
Yeah, that's me.
Wait, hold on. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Bryce Prefontaine.
Yeah. But it doesn't sound... The Bryce who calls and talks about the Grateful Dead is like, Hey, man, what's going on? He talks like that.
Did I sound like that?
Oh. Wait, this is that Bryce?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well, you know, I've actually been going through some really, really heavy stuff over the last month or so.
Uh-huh.
And in a nutshell, I just recently came out of this colossal fog that I've been in for like a decade or so, you know. So
this is that Bryce?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And this is how you actually sound?
Yes, well, thanks to Newbridge Acres, yeah.
What is Newbridge Acres?
That's where I'm calling from right now.
And what is that?
The treatment facility.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's kind of like the Betty Ford Center of the Quint Cities.
Okay, so so you went in to kind of clean up.
Yes, and this is my final night here. You know where it is, right? It's out where the old Newbridge Fudge Foundry used to be before it wilted and then eventually liquefied.
Yes, I do know where that is.
Yeah. So I go home tomorrow. I'm very excited. It's like a whole new chapter. I feel like a new man.
Is that near Captain's Donuts?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one. The first one. What happened to the first one that was It was kind of on the other side of Muffler Row. I used to go to it as a kid.
I remember just going there, and it was just disassembled almost.
Well,
like they took it brick by brick.
But was it impaled at some point? Do you remember that? Like it was impaled on like a church steeple or something. Does that ring any kind of bell?
I don't remember that at all.
I don't know, but I do remember it being disassembled and it was just carted off one day or something.
Uh-huh.
That was strange, yeah.
Yeah. Captain's Donuts. I haven't eaten one of those in a while.
They were good, though.
Yeah.
Very good. The sprinkles were especially good. But anyway, so I'm in my final day. Mm-hmm. I got my final. It's almost like a thing where they had the chips that you get, for being sober.
Sure.
They're actual potato chips, though.
That's what they give you?
Yeah, you get to eat it.
Okay.
It's like a taste treat sort of thing.
Well, that's good if that kind of fits the bill for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you ever knew this about me, but I used to hit the old bong pretty heavy. I think I hid it pretty well.
You hid what? Your pot smoking?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't know about that, did you?
Yeah. Every phone call you ever made to me, you probably took 3 bong hits during every call.
Who did?
You did.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Oh, see? Yeah, I mean, well, it's all for the best,
Well, I think it's fantastic that you went through this and you're kind of you're cleaning up your act.
Absolutely. But the worst problem, I do admit to the having my share of the God's green. I was also addicted to another substance that I got into after I came into close contact with who, our old German buddy.
Oh, Werner.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
And that took me to a whole new depth.
Uh-huh.
Terrible, Werner and his brother Rudiger.
Yes.
Basically, to cut a long story short, they took me on a very long, very costly, very intense ski trip.
Ski trip. Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Like cocaine.
And I'm not alone in this. There were a lot of people in Newbridge who went on that ski trip, and it got really, really, really bad for a lot of people in Newbridge. And actually, you might not even know about this. This whole thing all kind of came to a head about 2-3 weeks ago at the biannual Colonial Days.
Uh-huh.
You were in the hospital, weren't you?
Yes, I was laid up.
You had some, upset tummy or something? What happened?
Well, no, it wasn't an upset tummy.
Gas?
No, it was a kidney stone.
Okay.
Upset tummy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's...
Okay, well, that's well, whatever.
Where'd you go, Newbridge General?
I went to Newbridge Civic.
Civic?
Yeah.
Now, I've heard that place is, monstrous. Is that true?
It's not, but it's weirdly understaffed.
Really?
Yes.
Now, true?
We kept ringing. There's one of those old-fashioned bells on the counter.
Right.
It was almost like an old hotel.
Really?
Yeah.
So you would, if you wanted, a nurse or a doctor, you'd have to ring almost like on Marcus Welby or something.
Yes.
Okay.
It was almost like going into a stationery store. Like those kind of ding, try to get some attention.
Right. And did someone come eventually?
Eventually, somebody came down.
How long did it take?
Probably 35 minutes.
Oh, my God. What if you had your really bad tummy upset?
Well, it was very bad.
Well. Now, is it true that they have a highlight arena in their sports medicine department there?
I don't know anything about that. Okay. That actually sounds...
plausible?
It sounds plausible. It sounds like they'd have the space for it.
Okay.
But it sounds like something that might be a little too... although, I don't know. I guess if it's a physical therapy kind of thing.
Exactly, yes.
Maybe that might be like an advanced... I can only picture that being an advanced physical therapy.
I'll have to check it out on their site. Anyway,
uh-huh.
I'm sorry to get so off topic.
Sure, no, that's...
So anyway, what you missed during Colonial Days,
Mm-hmm.
and as you know, we had one back in September, and they have like 2 of them a year now, which I think is sort of ridiculous, but the town seems to love it.
And for people who don't know, Colonial Days
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like a town-wide festival where it's kind of like a return to the days of yesteryear.
Yeah, everyone they kind of churn their own butter. It's like a whole almost like a street scene kind of festival thing, but everyone is very they wear the traditional garb, or a lot of the people do. You don't have to, but it's looked upon with favor if you do. If you don your breeches and your knickers, etc.
Yes.
So anyway, Werner and Rudiger, during the 3-day Colonial Day period, were operating this funnel cake stand.
Okay.
Guess what was mixed in with the powdered sugar that they sprinkled liberally on their funnel cakes, Tom?
Coke.
Uh-huh.
Really? For all of the funnel cakes?
Yep.
That's terrible.
Well, and their funnel cake cart, it looked just like a little ski lodge, and it was called Das Blow Bar. Not too subtle, huh?
No, that's horrible. Why? And nobody caught wind of it?
Not really. And I mean, check this out. Even the counter, where you put your money down and they give you your funnel cake, it was made out of 4 welded together railroad rails.
So it was like a little reference to rails.
Exactly.
So
and
they were really flaunting this.
They were totally flaunting it. No one really thought anything of it. And of course, the first funnel cake was free.
Because then they get you hooked.
Exactly,
obviously.
And people started coming back and just like demanding more and more funnel cakes. It was just this insane madhouse, and these people were like instantly addicted because it was such powerful stuff. I don't know where they got it. But it was like top of the line stuff. I mean, like Keith Richards would get this stuff.
Yeah. And I'm sure that was not the free stuff.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I mean, it was so insane. Remember Bishop Fontana?
Yes, he was kind of like a.
He's sort of called like the pop culture.
That's right.
Pontiff.
Yes, he was a man of God.
But he knows about everything. Like he knows probably the name of every player on The Apprentice this year, sort of thing, and he kind of weaves those things into his sermons.
Yes, I do remember him. What happened to him?
Well, he was so in just like in the thrall of these funnel cakes that he actually ended up stabbing Reverend Miller from Newbridge Episcopalian.
He stabbed somebody.
He stabbed him so he could get his funnel cake sooner.
Well, that's horrible.
It was sick, and you'd think, like, where's the police presence during this? Only one officer on scene.
Who was that?
Harrops.
Oh, okay, Harrops, Officer Harrops.
Yeah, who of course had taken his traditional vow of 3 days of colonial living.
Okay.
That he does
Sure.
during these things.
Where he completely kind of
he's back to the Stone Age, basically.
Immerses himself in that world to where he has no modern trappings.
No walkie-talkie. He can't radio anything. Nothing. So he's unable to use any of his modern-day tools, and all he has to keep order is this old musket and a quill.
Wow, that sounds completely irresponsible.
It was, and so he's running around yelling, "Stop or I'll shoot ye." I don't even know if that's what they said back then. Did they say that?
I doubt they said stop or I'll shoot ye.
He must have said that 30 times.
Well, it sounds like he already. If he was going to violate anything having to do with the tenets of living in colonial times, he maybe should have not violated he should have maybe violated the to carry a walkie-talkie and an actual police issue firearm.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's going, stop or I'll shoot ye. Ye must, step back. He did actually get off one shot at Rudiger. But he missed.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he did end up hitting that poor kid Pudge. Do you know this guy?
Yes. Oh my God.
Got him right in the calf.
Is he okay?
He's okay, I think. I ran over to help him to see if he was okay. But he was so vague about whether or not he was okay. It was so infuriating.
It gets he's like that. He can't own
anything.
Anything. Exactly.
He was like saying, I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he's like, I think I got shot and stuff. And he must have said the words and stuff 50 times. It was like hypnotic yet incredibly annoying.
That is exactly what it's like.
So I just walked away.
He drives me up the wall.
Yeah, I just walked away and was like, have at it. I don't know what your deal is, but it's not for me.
No.
So all the while, Rudiger and Werner are just raking in the cash while all this is going on because it's taken Harrops like an eternity to reload that musket. And he kept dropping that that powder horn that your powder goes in.
Yes.
Like they used to use back then.
Yeah.
It's not like a horn hat that those Vikings wore.
No, but it's like something that you would wear with a little strap over your shoulder.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. And so he kept dropping it, and all these children kept laughing at him, and he was so mad. And he started yelling all these profanities.
And this is
a lawman.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, of course he has a powdered wig on and his knickers and his stockings and stuff. So he's not that, imposing.
Yeah.
And
so people are it sounds like things are starting to heat up.
Everyone's screaming, yelling, they're all gacked. And these Cub Scouts are yelling at Officer Harrops about him using the F-bomb because that didn't exist back in Colonial Days. So technically, he couldn't use it. And they're also poking him in his bottom with his quill. It was actually hilarious. It's got to be on YouTube at some point.
Well, that's kind of dispiriting, though.
Well,
especially
kind of a once-in-a-lifetime sort of thing that you get to see. But it was terrifying because everyone's just in this coke frenzy, too.
Yeah, everyone now.
Everybody. And at this point, that's when this huge muscle-bound guy comes up to Harrops and literally wraps Harrops' musket around Harrops' head, just like in one of those cartoons.
So he takes his musket and bends it.
He's so strong that the guy just wraps it around. There's actually there was a photo of it on the front page of the Newbridge Herald-Times-Herald.
Okay.
And the guy that did it, one of those dudes that works at Jock Squad over at Radio Hut. I think his name's Horse.
I've talked to that guy.
Really?
Yes.
He seems weird.
He is very intense.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Well, guess what he did next?
What's that?
Guess what he did next?
Who?
Horse.
What did Horse do next?
Horse made Officer Harrops eat his own powdered wig as part of a 4-course meal.
Well, what were the other courses?
Harrops' stockings, his ruffled shirt, his breeches, and his underbreeches. It was sick.
Ugh. That is kind of rough.
Yeah. So eventually, the old Westbridge branch of the National Guard had to come in to restore order. I don't know how they found out about it.
Well, thankfully they did.
Yeah. Well, you missed it, I mean, that's like one of those amazing stories that's going to be handed down from generation to generation,
I was laid up the whole time. I missed so much of that.
Well, those things only come around once, like every 100 years. It's like back on, August 17th, 1914, when Cyrus Dalrymple I ascended to the heavens and twirled his handlebar mustache and did that backflip in front of all the people of Newbridge.
I missed that also. I was not around for that, obviously.
It's a shame there wasn't photography back then where they could have actually recorded that.
What do you mean? When was that, 1914?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was photography then.
I don't think so.
I do think so.
Yeah. So anyway, Werner and Rudiger end up getting away somehow. No one knows where they are.
Uh-huh.
No one knows what happened to them. Somehow they escaped. They might have gone down to Port Newbridge and just got on a boat or something.
Really?
Yeah. But so many people fell under the spell of the White Lady that day. It was so sad. There's actually not a single bed empty here.
At Newbridge Acres.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like 70% of Newbridge is here.
Well, so, huh?
Yeah.
I guess that kind of explains stuff in a way, which I never put two and two together on this.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like I went to the Commons,
Mm-hmm.
the other day and see, the CD Submarine. You ever
Sure.
shop at that place?
Sure.
Like it was closed,
Yeah.
and Radio Hut was closed.
Mm-hmm.
Pancake Promenade was closed.
Well, Craig Cooper from Radio Hut, he was actually my roommate here.
Really?
Very trying guy to be around. Ugh.
He's the guy who runs Radio Hut.
Exactly. Yeah, after his father, kind of. His father was apparently put on a barge or something. Had you heard this? Put on a barge and then pushed out to sea or something.
I heard about it. I don't exactly. I kind of. Yeah, the son was such trouble.
Yeah.
That I almost couldn't even focus on the father.
Father was a piece of work, apparently. You know who else is here?
Who's that?
Adolf von Trimble.
Adolf. I know a Timmy von Trimble.
Yeah, his dad, the geneticist.
Yes.
Who kind of, I guess, brought Timmy into being or something. Or I don't know how you want to phrase it.
His first name is Adolf?
Yeah, pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, so he's here. Keith Garfinkel, do you know him?
Keith Garfinkel, that is a guy who I think I spoke to him. Is he like a slap fight guy or something? Like he's his uncle or something was like the
Postmaster General. Yeah,
that's right.
He's the power forward on the Newbridge Red Faces.
Yeah.
So he's here. I mean, we're all kind of battling this thing. Augie Richards.
Augie Richards is he if I remember correctly, he ran a restaurant called Ye Old Burger Barn.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So he's got it too. Reggie Monroe.
Reggie Monroe. Wow, everybody's in there.
Survivor, yeah.
He was the guy from Survivor who got thrown off. He got caught doing something kind of improper.
Yeah. One of your good buddies, Darren Ploppleton, your coworker.
Is that his last name?
Ploppleton, yes.
I never even knew that Darren's last name was
It's
Ploppleton.
a weird name, and I don't blame him for keeping that under wraps.
Yeah, everybody at work just calls him Darren.
Yeah.
Darren, he's
not a flattering last name. And I don't know. I asked him this. Why didn't your parents or your are those your descendants or your ascendants? Like the ones that came before you. Those are your are those your descendants?
Your descendants would be
ones that come after you.
Would come after you. Yes.
Well, your previous ones.
Yes, the previous generation.
Your forefathers.
Sure, there you go.
Why did they not change the last name from Ploppleton to something else?
Yeah.
And he was that family pride sort of thing,
Sure.
He said about you, and I don't think I'm talking out of turn here. He said you guys had a band together.
Well, no, we played at a
the Consolidated.
Yeah, we did something at work.
He said you ruined the band though because you didn't have the stones to quit your job and go full time.
Well, no, it was like hobby rock.
Well,
it wasn't meant to be anything more than just like for a talent show.
Well, he said it's one of his great life regrets, and actually his girlfriend Kim is in here too. Who is Cyrus Dalrymple's daughter, I guess.
Wow, everybody.
Yeah. Everyone, all the guys in White Tiger.
Wow, I forgot all about that band.
Sheila Larson.
Who's that?
She used to be married to that rock star Corey Harris. He was in that band Mother 13.
Okay.
The guy that may or may not be dead. I haven't really heard much about this.
He actually called this show
Okay.
And I think he was in, like, the Himalayas or something.
Okay. Had some weird climbing thing.
Yeah, it was some stupid stunt.
Well, Sheila and I are actually dating, and we have plans to live together once I get the deed to my lean-to all straightened out. There's been some weird stuff with that.
Bryce, I got to say, it is nice to hear you sound so coherent, and you just sound very balanced.
It's good, I mean, I'm going through it, and I'm coming through the other end. A lot of people are. There's actually a whole wing here for people that aren't dealing with the basically the Bolivian problem that we've all got. There's another wing that they call the non-coke wing. Do you remember a guy named Judge Davies?
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely.
He's in here also.
Okay.
I think you may have heard about.
Well, I think he has other problems.
Yeah. He actually tried to fashion a device out of a roll of toilet paper, a deflated soccer ball, and a power cord to a Pot 80 Portigetto.
Wow, he really does have problems.
Yeah, it was actually a Portigetto that Craig Cooper brought in for one of our dance parties.
Okay, well that makes sense. I guess that the guy at Radio Hut would bring some like a Radio Hut boombox in.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to get the music going for those parties. They're so much fun, and they really help us just kind of let go of the tension and all that. When the staff would go home, we just kind of get the party going.
So, like at the end of the day, when you've gone through all your
all the back and forth and the discussions and that sort of thing. And
wait, did you did you say when the staff goes home?
Yeah. Why?
Well, how at a facility like that that should be a 24-hour center.
We're there for 24 hours, yeah.
Yeah, but there should be people working there 24 hours a day.
No, they lock the doors when after at like 6, and then everyone goes home and they kind of seal us in, and they come back around 9 in the morning.
They seal you in.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it sounds. Really, we actually have a blast.
Well, it sounds dangerous, first of all.
No, I mean, there's no substances or anything, so we're all just kind of, talking it out and having fun and dancing until eventually someone ruins it, of course.
And who ruins it?
It's this one guy. There's always one,
Sure.
It's this one guy that complains about the kind of music that we're dancing to, and he wants to be sort of the master of the music.
Okay, and who is that?
Well, he's actually here right now. Okay, hang on. Yes, who's this?
Who's this? My name's Tom Scharpling. I'm on the radio.
Really?
Yeah.
What station?
WFMU.
Oh, the high school station? Oh, you're the boy that had the high school radio show.
No, it's not a high school radio show.
Sounds like it.
You aren't even listening.
What do you mean?
You haven't been listening.
Oh, come on. You can't talk to me like that.
Oh, well, I just did.
You can't. You know why?
Why?
I'm the new spokesperson for the Barbizon modeling agency.
Barbizon?
Yeah.
What modeling agency would hire you, let alone the Barbizon modeling agency, which has been around for a long time?
Barbizon.
Barbizon.
Yeah.
What
did you think I said?
Barbizon.
What's that?
Oh, it's just the name of an agency that's been around for a long time.
This is Barbizon.
And what is that?
It's an agency where they place barbershop singers and ads for model airplane products. Why?
What do they do?
They place barbershop singers in print ads for model airplane products. Why?
Well, so if anybody ever needs, like if a model airplane product,
yes,
like a model airplane a manufacturer,
right,
is like, well, we got to get our new ads together. Obviously, we need some barbershop guys.
Absolutely.
For this ad campaign.
Yes.
They have the they are the go-to place for that.
Oh, absolutely. And once I get out of here, I'm just going to rule the roost, overcoming my addictions.
Well, what are your addictions?
Cakes, candies, candied cakes, shoe-based pornographies.
Ew.
What? Don't judge.
I'm not judging. It's just, yes, I am judging, actually.
Oh, go away.
You go away. You took the phone away from Bryce.
No, I didn't.
Sure you did.
Oh, shut up. Hey, now, if you'll excuse me, I have to give birth to a gentleman's agreement, Sam.
Stop. Ugh.
Late.
What? Late.
It's Bryce again.
Hey, Bryce.
What is that?
That guy drives you nuts?
I will die happy if I never come in contact with him again.
He is a handful. He's the bane of my existence sometimes.
He's a creep.
Yeah.
Hey, but you did mention what happens when everyone goes away at night.
Uh-huh.
There is actually one guy that stays behind. He's this new nurse.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of makes sure everything's okay and we're all good. He's a great guy. He's actually straight off the boat down at Port Newbridge. He's kind of new to the scene, new to America.
Uh-huh.
His name is Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
Yeah, super nice guy. Looks kind of like Herman Rarebell from the Scorpions, but with much longer hair.
Uh-huh.
And the bushiest mustache that you've ever seen in your life.
Is the mustache blonde?
It's gray.
It's
which
gray.
is weird because his hair is black.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got pitch black hair?
Exactly.
And a gray mustache.
Yes, yeah.
Well, that sounds like a very troubling.
Oh, he's great. He's actually from the old country.
Okay.
Like I think I'm not sure, but I think it's Austria or something like that. And he's been sharing this really, really nice folk remedy with us.
Uh-huh.
It's so nice. It's got everyone just sort of calm, and we're all really just enjoying life as a result of this. It's like a balm. It's almost like chapstick.
Uh-huh.
You kind of smear it on your lips.
Uh-huh.
And I've only tried it a couple times.
Uh-huh.
But it's a very pleasing feeling.
And what is it? It's like a naturalistic thing.
Yeah, he said it's like an herbal sort of compound, but it's the same kind of feeling as like chapstick, that same kind of substance,
Uh-huh.
And you put it on, you smear it on your lips, and you feel like you're floating almost like in the womb or in space for like a couple minutes or so, and then you wake up like 19 hours later, and you feel good.
And what is he saying the point of this balm is?
It's just like a natural relaxant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Everyone loves it here. It's got this weird, long-sounding, kind of like German-sounding name,
uh-huh.
but he just calls it Blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
And everybody likes it.
Everyone loves it. Yes. Yeah.
So and when you take it,
mm-hmm.
you said you kind of black out. Is that what you're saying?
It's not really black out, but you take it and then you feel like really good, and then like I said, you wake up like 19 hours later.
Uh-huh.
And
well, that sounds like a drug.
No, he said it's technically it's an herbal remedy, so he can't officially like sell it in a store.
Uh-huh.
But that's his ultimate dream. But until then, he's going to be vending it out of that massive old deep fryer that's been sitting behind Ye Old Burger Barn for years.
Uh-huh.
I guess it was the original Batter Butler sort of buttle chamber.
Yeah, it was the
where all those rats used to live. Remember that?
There were
that big expose.
I haven't been around any of that Batter Butler stuff in a long time. That place was always disgusting, and that food was always kind of disgusting.
I liked it. I kind of liked it.
You liked all that buttled food?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So we all get out tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And he said he's going to open up around 9 a.m., and I know a lot of us are probably going to be there at like 7.
Well, I got to say, Bryce, it's very troubling. It sounds like you're swapping one drug for another drug.
Not at all. No, it's good. It's good stuff. You gotta try Blue. I could probably get you some Blue.
No, I'm not interested in it. It sounds terrible.
Actually, here comes Wilhelm now. Hey, Wilhelm, can I? Hang on.
What are you doing?
I was just slathering it on.
Oh, you were putting on blue.
Yeah.
Okay, and you put it on like a chapstick?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Are you asleep? Bryce? Oh no. Oh no. Blue. There's going to be a new drug epidemic. And I don't even know what it is. What's blue? So it's going to be some weird chapstick now that people are going to just be nodding off for a day at a time. Oh, it's going to be horrible. Might be time for me to move. Might be time. Maybe my time in Newbridge has come and gone. Maybe. This is WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope Worldwide.